Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. So, Allen Iverson versus Stephen Curry, one-on-one. Who would win? This is where things get tough. Because Allen Iverson, in my opinion, was a better scorer. He had better career points per game. His handling ability, I wouldn't say this is the tricky thing. Allen Iverson's handling ability really made way for the handling now, the ball handling now. So I would say Stephen Curry's ball handling is more advanced, but Allen Iverson was like the originator in the NBA, because obviously street ballers have been doing that for a while, but Allen Iverson's the originator of like the deadly crossover, the in and out, the behind the back, like all of that. But Stephen Curry is a little more advanced with his technique in terms of just dribble it, like, I don't know, the way he would dribble in and out of people while being triple team doubled, it's ridiculous, right? Allen Iverson, in my opinion, he's a better driver, but obviously Curry's a better shooter. So in a one-on-one scenario, let's say they play to game 12, best out of 3, or maybe game 16, who cares? Game 16, best out of 3, okay? So best out of 3, they shoot for ball. In my opinion, Stephen Curry is probably going to make the shot first from 3, because where I'm from, Brooklyn, you shoot for ball at the top of the key. So Stephen Curry's going to shoot for ball at the top of the key. And most likely, he's going to get the ball. Because, again, this is Stephen Curry. We're talking about one of the best shooters in NBA history, possibly the best shooter in NBA history. You know what I'm talking about? So that's Stephen Curry. So Stephen Curry's going to get the ball. And now it's his ball, game 16, best out of 3. What's going to happen? From what I can tell, just because a one-on-one is so different from it's so different from an NBA game, there's going to be less dribbling. Really, it's gonna look like Carmelo Anthony's out there. It's gonna look like Jordan and Kobe are out there. And the reason why I say this is because in a one-on-one, you don't go running around the court dribbling, doing crazy moves, because you don't need to do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Pretty much what's gonna happen is Stephen Curry is gonna face up to the basket. It doesn't matter from 3. He's gonna jab step, probably dribble once, and then pull it back and pull a 3. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so much different than an NBA game. No one plays like they do in the NBA when they play a one-on-one. So that's the type of play style you can see. And from Allen Iverson, I could just see him blown by Stephen Curry. Because both of them are not great defenders. Allen Iverson was actually a decent defender. He was actually a solid defender. Stephen Curry, it took him a while to develop his defense. I don't want to say this just yet, but his defense is looking good this year, just from the preseason, from what I've seen. But then again, it's the preseason, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, they're both just incredible, right? So you have Stephen Curry. He's going to jab step, dribble once, pull it back, right? Pull the 3. Or maybe if he doesn't want to drive by him, jab step, drive left immediately, right? But who's going to make the most buckets? Now, here's the thing. The thing with Allen Iverson is Allen Iverson, this is just based off of the NBA, and from what I can tell, I've never seen someone so unguardable one-on-one before. I mean, for a man that size. I mean, we've seen, LeBron, we've seen Melo, we've seen Kobe, we've seen T-Mac, we've seen D-Wade, Jordan, Larry Bird. We've seen these dominant scorers, right? But I've never seen someone so small be so unguardable ever. I mean, think about it. He was truly the first point guard in NBA history that was truly unguardable. And to be honest, Stephen Curry, I wouldn't say he's unguardable, but he's not really a one-on-one type player. Now, the reason why I say that is because just from watching, again, one-on-one and in-game is so different, so it's kind of hard to, try not to be biased, because by looking at the footage and watching these players play, there's going to be some bias, because from what I've seen, Allen Iverson's a better one-on-one player. But, Stephen Curry, he comes off screens a lot. He uses the pick and roll a lot, whereas Allen Iverson was really just an ISO player for the most part. Yeah, he had pick and rolls and screens and things like that, but for the most part, he's just an ISO player. Get out my way. I'm going to break this dude's ankles, and I'm going to pull up. It's that simple. Or I'm going to dunk on your head. I've never seen someone 6 foot dunking on people before. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's crazy. It's scary to think about, right? So, in terms of one-on-one pure skill, I think Allen Iverson is better. But that doesn't mean he's going to win, because here's the thing that's different. Stephen Curry will be counting by 3s for the most part, while Allen Iverson, for the most part, will be counting by 2s. Yeah, Iverson was a great shooter. Well, he was a good shooter, but his jump shot was nothing compared to Stephen Curry's. And that's what's crazy, because Allen Iverson had a really good jump shot, right? But when you put that into comparison with Stephen Curry, I mean, there is no comparison. The only other player in the NBA at this juncture that has why did I say that? At this moment, I sound like an ass. At this moment, that has a jump shot like Stephen Curry is Klay Thompson and Kawhi Leonard. I mean, just based off stats, and not only just stats, just by watching. I mean, Kawhi Leonard's jump shot is smooth. I think he shoots like 45% from three, and Klay Thompson is smooth. He shoots like 40% from three. I mean, come on, man. You know what I mean? So Stephen Curry is going to be counting by threes, and I know he's going to be shooting a lot of threes, because in a one-on-one, again, you're not playing like it's the NBA. You're just going to be, jab step, pull back, or a couple ISO moves and then pull back. That's really how it's going to be. You know what I mean? Because in a one-on-one, it's truly, like, I know this sounds stupid, but it's truly one-on-one. There's no help on defense. There's no help on offense, right? So, Iverson versus Curry. Curry has the height advantage, which is going to help him a lot because Curry, his shooting ability, he doesn't, first of all, he can shoot over 7-footers as it is now. So, with Iverson out there, it's going to look like he's shooting over a midget. But at the same time, if Iverson really wanted to break down Curry and he started dribbling a lot, who the hell's going to stop him? Curry ain't going to stop him. Curry don't got help to stop him. You know what I mean? So there's advantages and disadvantages to both players. Curry's actually pretty athletic, and Iverson was really athletic. This dude was dunking on 7-footers, put back dunks, crazy. And he's barely 6 foot. So at the end of the day, this is a really tough one. But I'm going to have to lean towards, oh man, this is tough, man. This is the thing, because trying to figure this out, it's really hard because, one, Curry's counting by threes, right? Iverson, he can hit the three, but he's not going to be shooting mostly threes. But then again, if it's a one-on-one, what we're going to be doing is, where I'm from, it's just straight ones, for the most part. It's straight ones. Some parks and some gyms you play twos and ones, but for the most part, I play straight ones. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And that's what I like about, gym basketball a little more than organized basketball. Is like, it's straight one. So if you're a good shooter, you'll still be shooting threes, That makes the game more fun. But it's going to be straight one. So I don't know, man. I'm going to have to, just from the fact, I'll say this. If they play straight ones, Allen Iverson would win. Allen Iverson's scoring ability, his athletic ability, his handling ability would destroy Stephen Curry in straight ones. But if it were ones and twos, I kind of doubt that Iverson would win best out of three. I think they would go back and forth if it were ones and twos, and I think Stephen Curry may come out on that. Or Allen Iverson may come out of the ones and twos as well. But definitely straight ones, Iverson would win. For best out of three with ones and twos, I honestly don't know, because again, both of these players, man, I can't, man, because Stephen Curry, and it's winner's ball too, by the way. So if Curry hits like 2-3 in a row, 2-3 threes in a row, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna lean towards Stephen Curry for the one-on-one ones and twos, best out of three, and for the one-on-one straight ones, best out of three, I'm gonna lean towards Allen Iverson. Which it's a tough decision, man. You guys both are extremely great players. But at the same time, I can't discredit Curry because his jump shot, he's going to be counting by threes. And to be honest, when you're playing in a gym, like one-on-one, it's easier to make shots. It's so much easier to make shots. It is, just from personal experience, growing up when I used to play AAU on the Brooklyn Kings back in the day. I don't know if y'all know the Brooklyn Kings, but I was like 2008. I'm getting old, man. It was almost 10 years ago, but back in my younger days. And, and then once you go to the gym and play one-on-one, it's like, whoa, this is nothing compared to the game, because the game's so sped up and fast, where a one-on-one is, it's more slowed down, more physical, and less dribbling, more facing up, and things like that. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be like Carmelo Anthony or Jordan or Kobe backing people down, but, the way you play, they're going to check you the ball. You're probably going to jab step. Let's say Curry jabs, right? You're going to dribble right once, and then probably sham God or something, or just pull it straight back behind the back or between the legs, however the hell he wants to do it, and he's just going to pull the three. You know what I mean? That's how different the game is from a one-on-one into real game action, which is, that says a lot. But I don't know, man. I have a feeling a lot of you guys are probably going to disagree with me and get angry at this video for saying Stephen Curry could beat Allen Iverson in a one-on-one. But I also said Allen Iverson could beat Stephen Curry. It depends on if they play. It depends on the rules, in my opinion. Because if it's twos and ones, I mean, there's no way. I don't think anyone could be able to keep up with Stephen Curry in a 2-on-1, twos and one situation. unless they're like Melo or Kobe or T-Mac, but that's not fair because of the height and the weight and thing like that, right? But in terms of players, Curry's height and size and class and things like that, I don't think anyone can keep up with Curry in a twos and ones scenario, because that dude, man, his shooting ability in a game is ridiculous. So imagine in a one-on-one. He probably makes like 70-80% of them. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Peace.